Today we're going to work on dividing fractions, but before we get started, I want to talk about one of your vocabulary words, reciprocal. Okay, to find the reciprocal of a number, this is where the numerator and the denominator of a fraction switch places. So whenever you have a normal fraction, to find the reciprocal, we just flip the fraction basically. We switch the numerator and the denominator. So the reciprocal of 1/2 is 2 over 1, or just the number 2. Now I want you to notice the reciprocals are not equal to each other. They actually have something else kind of special, and I'll show you that in a second. 3/5, the reciprocal of that would be 5/3. What about a whole number 5? Remember that for a whole number we can put it over 1, and so the reciprocal of 5 over 1 is 1/5. Now reciprocals are not equal to each other, but if you take a number and its reciprocal and multiply them together, you will always get 1 whole. Alright, so 3/5 times 5/3, that gives you 15 over 15, which equals 1 whole. And 5 over 1 times 1/5, that gives me 5 over 5, which is 1 whole. So that's just a cool fact about reciprocals. Now, why do we need to know reciprocals? It's because when we divide fractions, it's the same thing as multiplying by the reciprocal. Now, this should kind of sound similar back when we were subtracting integers. Remember, we didn't actually subtract, we added the opposite. So instead of dividing, we're going to multiply by the reciprocal. We will keep the first fraction the same. We'll change division to multiplication, flip the second fraction to its reciprocal, and then follow the multiplication rules. Top times top, bottom times bottom, and simplify. I like to call this the KCF, not KFC. We keep the first fraction, so 3 over 2, change division to multiplication, and flip the second fraction to its reciprocal, 4/3. And now I multiply across. 3 times 4 gives me 12. 2 times 3 gives me 6. This is an improper fraction, so I ask how many times can 6 go into 12? That would be 2 whole times and nothing left over. So 3/2 divided by 3/4 gives me the answer of 2. Alright, I want you to copy these steps and this example into your spiral. You can also copy the examples of the reciprocals if you would like.